Hi everyone, happy June. I hope everyone is taking time to celebrate themselves and those around you for who they really are. I love summer despite it easily reaching over 100 degrees in Texas, and June is going to be the most hectic work month of the year for me so far, but I'm hoping to just get some sun this month and stay calm. For June, I have $2,689.69 to work with. I got my usual salary amount, and then I got my roommate's half of the expenses. She broke my kitchen light fixture, so we are splitting the cost of the replacement. So she gave me $55. As far as interest, so far I've gotten $29.22, and I redeemed my cashback reward mid last month, so I'm only getting $162 at the beginning of this month. I'm filming this on the 5th of the month, and I've already made some of my credit card payments, so filling that in now. My investments have already gone out as well. I have put $650 out. The next two will come from my next check. I try to save $310 out of every check, but this month is going to be weird because I'm doing something differently. So as I mentioned last month, I hit my future housing goal, which is where I like to keep 3 months worth of bills for my home just in case something happens to my income or I have a major home expense. And I know it might be weird to have this and an emergency fund and trying to build up a month ahead, but that's just what gives me peace of mind. I am $51.37 over budget, so I've removed that. My goal is not to contribute to this anymore, it's to keep it steady. I have most of my bills set for the first of the month because I don't like things to be waiting around to be pulled from my account. If I know it's leaving, I want it gone right away. My bills category has a goal of $1,400 a month, though I don't always hit that. I leave some in there for bill fluctuation. I'm going to put $700 into my bills from my regular check, and then I'm going to move the other $700 from my housing savings fund. And I'm going to replenish this category with my next check. And if I have any leftover money here, it will also be moved back into my future housing fund. It's my first time doing it like this, so I hope it works out. Previously, my bills and my utilities were combined, but I think separating them will actually make my savings tracking easier, which is something I've been struggling with for a while. Once I add more money back in next check, I'm going to trust that it's going to even out and that I'll be able to contribute to the $620 mark that I aim for, but we will see. Either way, I'm still going to add to my priority savings. My month ahead will get its full amount, as well vacations. So will my memberships, although my biggest membership is $900 a year, and that's my unlimited yoga membership. And I really have not been taking advantage of it this year like I was last year. So I'm going to see if I can get back on that horse. And then, if not, by the end of the year, I'll have to evaluate if it was really worth it. That leaves me $876.41 for the next 2 weeks, which I think is super manageable. I ordered my last discounted meal from Every Plate, and I'm probably going to cancel now because I tend to just get the discounts and dip. My first week of June, I'll be working in the office all week, meaning everyone is coming into town, and when that happens, the office provides our lunches for us, and then usually there's a team dinner or two, so it should be cheap if I get anything supplemental grocery-wise. I should only need $100. I have already paid my car insurance, $178.21, and I like to give myself 2 tanks of gas, which is $60 these days. And then also I'm installing a rear view camera on my car, and I installed a CarPlay screen. But I think the wiring came undone, so I'm having someone check on it, and I think that will be about $60. I never knew that you could just modify your current car. I was looking at used cars because I wanted the rear view camera and I didn't want to use my phone every time I needed directions, so this was a way cheaper alternative. For personal care, I planned to go to a doctor last month, but I couldn't get an appointment until this month, and apparently you get 1 free physical a year. I was even given insomnia medication, which they are still supposed to visit as a physical. I straight up asked my person, I was like, do I have to lie to you and tell you that I'm feeling healthy in order for this to be free? And she was like, yeah, because if you're coming in for a complaint, then that's more than a physical and we have to bill it differently. But during the physical, she asked how I was sleeping and the insomnia thing came up anyway. So Supposedly, it will still be billed as a physical, and my insurance should cover my medication. I'm still going to give myself $10 for anything random I'll need. Home care will be covering payments on my bidet, which has yet to be installed. 2 different people have told me they could do it, and then they each did not, and I don't trust myself to do it, so I don't even know if I'll get to try it before I'm done paying it off. I think I might hire a handyman at this point, but I don't know. I also need to replace my kitchen light fixture, and I'm looking at this one, and it looks like it'll be $117.52 by the time they add taxes. I also want to give myself another $5 because I might need Clorox wipes or forks or who knows, right? Chip is actually very low maintenance, I'm finding out, and he has food, so he really doesn't need anything. It's the 5th of the month, so of course I've already been eating out because I don't budget before these videos. Like, I kind of just Wild West it until I get some alone time to film. And so I'm just going to add $50 here for now because I've got a friend's birthday dinner coming up, and I'm sure that will take up all of that money. For giving, I try to give away $20 from each paycheck. I also mentioned that I had gotten a second bidet that I was going to give to my parents, but since they didn't want it, I told a friend to see if it would work for them in their bathroom, and then if not, I would return it. And I don't know that it will because they haven't installed theirs either, so for now, it's $72.73, but if it doesn't work and I return it, then I might get that money back. I've already done quite a bit of lending, but the money that I'm supposed to be saving back should hit my account by like tomorrow, so I'm not going to cover it since I'm already getting it back so soon. For subscriptions, I have a Carbon Offset and YouTube Premium, and then I pay for storage, so I only need to attribute $46.97 for now. The rest is my annual Ring security subscription, and it turns out they're raising their annual price from $30 to $40. So that's great. And now that I think about it, I actually need to move that transaction from subscriptions to membership. This is my year of spending. I've said that since the beginning, so I need to give myself some fun money. Stuff I forgot to budget for will get $20. I might as well round up my dining out to $52. I'll go ahead and put another $10 in savings, and then that $443, I'm going to assign that to dining out. If we look at all these categories, I normally try to spend $2,900 a month, and so far I have assigned $2,266.41, which is already cutting it kind of close, but like I said, most of my major expenses come from the first of the month, so I still think I can be under that by next month. It's weird seeing a negative in my savings here because it's normally not like that, but it'll work out. It'll be okay, I think. Okay, so another tab I've had on this screen is something I kind of want to show you. I should also mention that I tend to wham a lot, which is apparently a term for YNABers, meaning whack-a-mole, and it's when you don't approximate your category usage correctly. Like if you spend more in one area and less in another area and you have to move money around a lot, and I do that almost every day. So for more transparency, even in months when I do well and I do better than my best intentions, I wanted to track what I thought a category was going to be versus what it actually was for each check. And so I bought this spreadsheet from Etsy. So if you're someone who doesn't want to pay for YNAB, you can just like buy this $9 sheet and you can adjust these categories and you can manually track all of your expenses from Paycheck 1 and Paycheck 2. And she has a monthly calendar sheet where you can track how much spending you did per day. And then you can also track your like sinking funds and your contributions and this debt stuff, debt snowball calculator thing. Honestly, I don't really need all of this. This is just what the original sheet looked like. I made this sheet into a simpler version. I don't actually plan on budgeting based off my forecasted salary or whatever. What I did is I took away the bills section and then I changed the debt section into an investing section because YNAB takes care of my debt stuff on its own. And I didn't want all those other sheets where you track your expenses and then it automatically pull in because YNAB already tracks my expenses. And so what I'm going to do is take these numbers, input them here as what I have budgeted, and then at the end of the 2 weeks, right before my next check, I'll look at my activity and assigned, and then I'll put in what I actually spent. I think this is just going to be easier than trying to reference my older videos for me to see what I thought something was going to cost versus what it actually costs. And I can just reference this at the beginning of each pay period, so I hope I find it helpful. We'll see. It turns out that this is actually very simple to make on your own if you wanted to. Basically just a bunch of like simple sum and minus formulas, but I'm gonna link this sheet below just in case you do want something like this. I'm gonna go ahead and fill that out now. Okay, so I matched all the numbers that I had in YNAB to here, and then I noticed I still had 16.87 to budget, which was weird, and so this number changed. Didn't I assign like 69 earlier or something? Now it says I'm on track. So I guess I have another 16.87 more to work with than I thought I did. A little confusing, but okay. Okay, let me add $10 more back into here, and then another 6.87 back here. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's correct, because if I erase this, then it just tells me to write 59.14, so I guess it had just corrected itself, and this is what I've got going on these first 2 weeks of June until my next pay period, and wish me luck with all of this. I will see y'all in the May wrap-up soon. Have a good one.